Okay. Oopsie. Adjust those volumes really quick. Make sure I'm not having the same audio issue as last time. Okay. Sounds like I'm good. I'm gonna turn down the gain a little bit so you can't hear me intensely breathing into the microphone. So I lost some of my audio settings because I had to move my setup around. But I think I should be sounding pretty good, if I'm not mistaken here. Hello, hello, everyone. Cthulhu, hello if you're still here. I think Ryan K. Lamb? Ryan Sorry. Hello. And hello to anyone and everyone. I hope you're having a good, wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is for you. So, if I'm not mistaken, my audio should be coming in clearly. I figured out how to fix the volume on that. And you should not be getting the horrendous static noise that was happening at the start of my last stream when I did bingo against Trev. I believe everything is working now. Now the only other thing to make sure is that my game volume isn't horrible. Oh, good. Oh, good gravy. I'm sorry, that was really loud game volume. I did not mean for that. And Cthulhu, coming back as a member, thank you. Let's work on that game volume real quick. Sorry, I lost my YouTube chat here. We're doing fantastic. Fix the game volume, because that kind of blew out my eardrums a little bit. Just checking to make sure it sounds all right. Okay. Sorry for the long delay here. So if you watched my Battlefront video that I dropped today, as I made reference, I did not have a dedicated desk for a while until just recently. And so in moving and unplugging and replugging my computer and doing everything related to that, I kind of just lost audio settings a little bit. It just messed with what I had going. So unless you tell me otherwise, I'm just going to say that this is a good volume. I'm going to hope it's a good volume. Tell me if it's not. Okay. Pin that. Wouldn't be a stream if there weren't technical issues, right? Yeah. Okay. We're going to say we're good. So, that hopefully gave people time to join in. Thank you, Cthulhu. Okay. Yeah. I didn't think having to change my setup would change the audio settings, but I don't know. But here we are. So I took the poll, and I am a little surprised. Sound good? Okay, perfect. I'm a little surprised that Bingo Practice won, simply because it was not doing well at first in that poll. But here we are. So we're going to do some bingo practice. I haven't announced it yet, but I am actually playing Babza Jr. in Dark Souls 1 Bingo on Sunday. It'll be 3 p.m. Eastern Time, which is my time zone. And in case you need reference, right now it is 10:06 p.m. Eastern Time. This stream started at 10 p.m. So, whatever time it is for you, you can adjust, but 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Babs and I are playing Dark Souls 1 Bingo, so this is some more practice for that. We are officially into the second round of the Bonfire Bingo Invitational, and I highly recommend checking out the other people playing. So without further ado, we're going to start. So let's look at this board. Okay. It's nice, I can actually take some time to look at the board as I do this. Gargoyle Tail Axe, okay, that won't be too bad. Ooh, Well, it involves going to the depths, but left diagonal Tail Axe to Shiva almost looks pretty good. I'm gonna be honest, but this board is actually pretty decent. Sorry, changing one more setting. I came in to my office half an hour early to try and get this all set up, and yet somehow nothing is quite the way I need it even after that. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Okay, that should be good. You're taking a few days off work so you can dedicate to watching the bingo streams. Yes, we love to hear it. Yeah, it's been good rounds so far. I mean, I know we've only had one round of it, but flossed in the first few seconds. Yeah, me too, because it's also like, when I'm competing against someone else, I can't spend that much time reading it before I go. Like right now, I can actually look for a while. So left diagonal looks good. Far right column, that's looking pretty good. Great Magic Barrier, Firekeeper Soul in Blighttown, kill Oscar while shouting that it's Lemon, obtain Moe's Soul and murder Shiva. That's pretty good. Honestly, none of these are terrible. I mean, yes, say column 5, row 3, killing Oscar while shouting that's Lemon. A nice little thing that JK put in there. No, I'm honestly liking all these. Okay, well, let's just do this. Say, I'm doing it just me right now. If I fly through this, maybe I'll turn on my Bingo Bot, which Bingo Bot is something I made. It literally just, after a set time elapses, it'll just hit a random square on the board so long as you have not selected it already. Which I found in practice is actually a little bit more stressful. Hey, Trev is here. You think column 2? Honestly, column 2 is pretty good too. Like, let's say, for those that didn't know, haven't caught it yet, Trev and I competed in the first round. Trev, I feel like none of these are really that bad. You know, like I feel like a lot of the boards usually have something terrible, like killing both Hydras or something. This one's pretty good, honestly. I can't complain too much. What I was saying, Bingo Bot I found is a little bit more stressful than competing against a real person, simply because I can't even try and accurately cut it off. because BingoBot just does whatever it wants to. It doesn't have a strategy. Some offline DS3. Yeah, I've not practiced any of 3. I don't actually know if I'm playing anyone in 3, so I don't need to. And let's go get my first one. Hey, it's Lemon. Well, that was embarrassing. Hey, it's Lemon. Can't believe I missed that. I guess that's what I get for, trying to kill Lemon. But, yeah. Say BingoBot is just interesting. Last DS1 bingo you did was on DSG. Yeah, see, JK, and I think with the help of I believe it's his editor, Junpei. Actually, I think his editor did most of it, if I recall correctly. Oh, come on. I wanted to do a jump attack. I obviously forgot which one was the jump attack button. But they made custom boards for each of the games because the default ones on Bingo Sync are not good. Things like a bunch of stuff in the DLC. Or, ones that are like, only heal with humanity. It's like, how exactly do you gauge that? So we just sort of, he just sort of made custom boards for each of the Souls games that we might be doing. Anything else, like I know Mancakes and Swolby 1, they did Fallout 4. That one we did not manage. Some of the squares contradict each other. Yeah, so it's like, if they hadn't made a custom board for us, I don't think this competition would work. Now I know 50 vitality is 1. I don't really want to do that. I did do that in a practice run against someone, and it was nice to see a health bar that big, but I'm not planning on that. But yeah. Yeah, and I will say there's every chance I may be more rambly than on other days. Simply because I am very tired. We're all doing fine, but little T has just been sick these last, 2 weeks. And so he has not been sleeping great. And if you're a parent, you don't sleep well when your kid doesn't sleep well either. Especially when your kid isn't quite old enough to understand why he doesn't feel good. And he just wants a lot of snuggle time when he wakes up sick and sad. You leave me alone. That'll be fun. Square makes a pun after every boss fight. Oh gosh. Yeah, Lemon would lose. So many of us would lose. I would lose because I just can't think of puns that quickly. Especially not if it has to relate to the boss. But, yeah. But yeah, so I'm doing good. Mrs. T is doing good. Little T will be okay. He's just a little sick. I mean, I've been sick too, but have not been sleeping well. Because also, when your kid wakes up in the middle of the night crying because he's sick and wants snuggles, I'm not just going to leave him to cry it out. That's my kid. So, where did I start with that? Right. Yeah, example here. I'm a little rambly because I'm just tired. I am forgetting more things. Focus isn't fantastic. Which is, not exactly ideal for this. Ooh. Okay. I am seeing a pattern here I don't like. I'm healing up because I have been clipped just sitting in here. Hope little T gets better soon. Thank you. And yes, he is getting all of the snuggles. It's it can be overwhelming because he's very clingy and screechy right now because he isn't feeling well, but it's also really sweet. Like, I get home, he just lights up, comes running over, gives me a big old bear hug, and then does not want me to put him down for the rest of the night until it's time for bed. Lots of snuggles from my lovely boy. Okay, let's see. So I know there is some stuff down here that I could get, but I don't think I want to do that right now, because that does involve going through the catacombs, and if I have to act like I am facing against someone, I should move fast. Grab those humanities, because they're always useful. We're gonna go down to Blighttown. Well, actually, we'll make us... Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I mean, I probably don't, but I know what I'm doing. Okay. Pants off, but naked. Check off the box. What box? Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second, you're right. Okay. So, thank you, Trev. So what happened there, I actually used my laptop for marking the squares because it is a touch screen. So I can have it open as a secondary kind of player, same color as the display that you guys are seeing, because then I can just reach out and touch it, and I don't even have to take my hand off the controller, don't have to alt tab out, navigate the mouse or anything, I just poke it. But since I did that, Bingo Sync didn't refresh quite right, so I just had to refresh the web page real quick. So thank you for letting me know it did not update correctly on y'all's end. Okay, so I have an interesting choice here, because if I want a bingo in the far right column, which does seem to be a pretty easy one, that means going all the way down to the Great Hollow. I'm going to kill Quelaag first, though, because I have to reach Smo, and if I go for the Firekeeper Soul, I will die. This might actually be a semi-quick bingo. I will have to go back up, talk to Solaire. That's fine. I want the souls anyway from killing the Taurus demon. Pop that. Because you know we gotta summon my girl here. She might not be great at Quelaag, but she is a wonderful distraction. I can use her as cannon fodder, while I do the heavy lifting and kill her. Well, the boss, not Maneater here. There we go. Every now and then, I can get the timing on the on rolling through poison damage right. And it's always the best feeling when I do. Okay, I know you're right behind me. Oh, you're not who I thought was behind me. Hello. Yeah, that's not intimidating. Ooh, okay. Not a fan of this. but at least that worked. And if I haven't said it already, I will say it now. If you say something in chat and I do not respond, it could be because I'm focused on bingo. It could be because sometimes, I'm not going back for it, my view of the chat on YouTube side just doesn't update correctly. And I don't really know why. I just know that it do. So if you say something or donate or anything and I ignore it, what I'm basically saying is I might not be getting shown it by YouTube, and you should absolutely take it personally because clearly YouTube has a grudge against you. So let's see. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, YouTube does hate everyone. So at least I know that message came through correctly. I mean, I think YouTube likes their advertisers. Because they make them money. I, however, don't like the advertisers because they're usually a bunch of scams. I should probably stop there. I don't need to go on another advertiser rant like I did against when I was facing Trev. Well, I forgot how limited the reach on this thing is. Holy crap. Thank you, Mildred, for saving my life right there. That was... I feel kind of stupid saying this. I didn't realize the giant spider lady landing on your head would do that much damage. Who'd have thought? Yeah. Obtain Divine Ember. Divine Ember, that is... I don't want to kill the Moonlight Butterfly. I really don't. Water break. Okay. Pump endurance. We'll pump vitality. Endurance because the sword takes an obscene amount. And vitality because why not? So I know I'm right by Great Magic Barrier. Gonna come back for it. Because I also need to work on being able to speed run through to the Lord Vessel. And let's be honest, if I'm facing an actual person, the odds of them making a rush into the Great Hollow for Great Magic Barrier is significantly lower than, say, rushing for the Gargoyle Tail Axe, which, if I was facing someone else, they probably already would have gotten that one. But I'm not, so I can do whatever I want. Let's see, I know the whip is also down here. I have to work through Blighttown backwards. Or kill Capra Demon, which I'm not... Like, I've learned, just from talking to some of the other people doing this, and just from going through it regularly, that going through the depths, killing the Capra Demon, is a bad choice, and is absolutely the option to avoid. Alright. I did not expect to survive that, but here we are. There we go. And Plague Keepers. But yeah, so going through to Capra Demon is not the strategy to go through, just because the depths and all that, like, that just takes so long and has the opportunity to be such a time killer. Because it's the Capra Demon. Like, and then the Gaping Dragon, like, it isn't hard to kill the Gaping Dragon, but it does take time just because I don't even know why. It's not like it has a gigantic health pool or anything. And it's not that it's a particularly hard boss. For some reason, it just feels like it takes forever to kill the Gaping Dragon. Yeah, man, yeah, I'm losing my train of thought a lot tonight. Yeah, well. Yeah, so no no Capra Demon unless I can avoid it. No going for the whip right now because I'd have to work my way up in reverse from here, and I don't want to do that. Say my game against Trev. That is the cleanest Capra Demon fight I have ever had. And I will probably never be able to replicate it. Getting through everything without getting through all the enemies in front on the first try, and then killing Capra Demon on the first try. I don't think I've ever managed that. That is the pinnacle of my career as a Souls tuber. And I should just quit while I'm ahead, right? No. Let's see. I tell you what, though, this feels weird. Because I'm playing this, and I'm like, oh gosh, like, I gotta go. And I remember, like, I can take a second. Because this is solo practice. I'm not going to get anything sniped from me. That doesn't quite feel real. Ah, shoot, I just realized I missed the trade an item with Snuggly. I could have gone there right as I was leaving the asylum the first time and left something. But too late now. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing real good. Also, it took me forever to realize there was a cave there. Yeah, okay, yeah, I brought that on myself by pointing out the cave. I brought that one on myself. Am I talking to dragons or chat? Yes. I am talking to whoever will answer me. The dragons are apparently doing so good that they had to immediately kill me. So that's, you know. How's everyone else doing? Playing Power Wash Sim with me in the background. Oh, yay. I get to be the relaxing background noise. Or the stressful background noise. Either one. Which, speaking of, I almost created a job opening at my current workplace. Because I definitely was definitely ready to kill one of my coworkers. So I'm on the second floor, right? And I'm just doing my job. It's quiet up there because half the second floor is off-site for a, forget what work thing, off-site work thing we had happening. I kind of lose track because we have a lot of them. Half of them were doing that. The rest of us were just working quietly. Someone comes out of their office and they're just like humming to themselves the instrumental part of Eye of the Tiger, which I'm like, it's a little annoying, but whatever, they're not doing it that loud, and I know they'll go back in their office. But then, all of a sudden, they just very loudly go, man, why is it so quiet up here? And then they continue doing the instrumental, but louder this time. And I'm laughing about it now, but at that time, like that day, I had gotten 3 hours of sleep. I was sick. um, so 3 hours of sleep, sick. I was already feeling like, just because of that, I was already at almost maximum sensory overload. Like my clothes felt too there. I was too aware of my clothes. The overhead fluorescents were too bright, too loud. Everything was too loud. And then they do that, and I'm like, I will kill you. If you continue to do this, I will kill you. And I obviously didn't say that just because, I mean, for one thing, they are one of my superiors. For another thing, that you can't just tell people that in a workplace. But yeah, they're doing that. And yeah, when I say I was already overloaded, I mean, like, I was on the borderline of going nonverbal, which would not be good. That's like, if you don't know what that means, that's basically like, you just, no matter how hard you want to talk, you just can't force yourself to do it. Which probably is not a concept that might make a whole lot of sense to people who haven't experienced like what that means or haven't it. Yeah, sorry, it's always trying to figure out how to explain what that's like. Yeah, so I was borderline, so just overwhelmed. I was already borderline going nonverbal, which I can't have at work because I have to be able to talk to people. And they're doing that, and I'm like, ha 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 ha. There's about to be a job opening because boy howdy, I can laugh about it now, but if you walk, like, if you're at your job, everyone just, and you walk into a room or a floor and it's very quiet there, it's probably because everyone is doing their job. Which means you should shut up and do your job too, is usually how you should read the room there. Sorry, that just turned into a miniature rant. Didn't mean to bring any vibes down. Anywho. Let's see. So I am going to get a weaponsmithing box. Don't get myself killed, my man. You should be worried about you. I thought I was going to get him with the lightning. This is incredibly intimidating, in case you were wondering. And it didn't even work. Not so close. Is he about to kill the Titanite demon? Because it really looks like he's going to kill that Titanite demon. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not. Well, crap. I'm so glad I didn't kill, or I am not playing against someone right now, because this is not the performance I would need. Let's see. So I'm killing Andre. Why am I killing Andre? To get the Shiva. That's why I'm killing Andre. I honestly thought I was doing something completely worthless. I need to get to Shiva. So we'll just do that. You can't go back in the stream? You should be able to. Is that something I did? So I didn't change any settings on my stream. I suppose it's possible If it's a setting on my end, I did not mean to enable it. But I didn't click any buttons I don't normally click for a stream. I don't know. Once I'm not in danger, I can look at my settings, see if there's something I can do, but I don't know. I'm kind of stumped with that one because I did not at least purposely prevent you from being able to rewind anything here. So let me get to a spot where I'm relatively safe. There's no rewind. Let me look at that, because I didn't want it to do that, if it's doing that. Stream settings here. No, that's inserting an ad. I don't want to do that to you. Sorry for the delay. I'm genuinely baffled right now. Can anyone else rewind, or is it like what is going on? Oh yeah, YouTube splitting it with ads, that's a relatively new thing that they just kind of do. That one's just there. Okay. I'm trying to pull it up just to see. Yeah, why? I can't rewind either. No, I can't rewind my stream either on my end. I'm assuming no one else can. I don't know. I wish I could give you a better answer. I actually do not know. Trev, if you're still around, do you have any insights here? Sorry, I got nothing. No, I don't even have a setting here for stream replay. I got nothing. I am not seeing settings on my end. Unfortunately, you just can't rewind. So, weird. I'm just going to blame YouTube because they seem really good at breaking their platform so that people don't want to use it. And yet here we are because there's not a better alternative. Yes, very, very strange. No, I just recently learned that going around on that side is the safer option. I used to always try and go around to the right of it, and then you just get caught up in its wings and its tail and everything. So let's see, remember the rest of the bonfire, don't get killed by the Titanite demon. Don't walk into the elevator shaft. That's suspicious. Whale nut. I like it. How's my practice bingo? So far not great. I've been moving kind of slow. I could blame it on being tired, but I think it's just I'm just playing off tonight. I mean, I did manage to get the Gravelord sword here in one go, but so far my strategies are meh. Let's see. Come on, really. I know Kill 6 Black Knights is on there, but I don't really want to do that one unless I have to. And since no one can lock me out of bingo, I don't have to. this does make me glad I did not turn on BingoBot, because I can't imagine what it would have gotten right now. He does not follow up here. Okay. Okay. For anyone who may have just joined, I believe it is officially announced. At least JK dropped something in the post that I made when we were voting for the topic tonight. I am playing his wife, Babza Jr., in Bingo this Sunday. It'll be 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Whatever time zone the UK is in. Sorry, I don't remember. So this Sunday, me and Babza facing off in Dark Souls 1. Ah, oh, come on. I really want to strike Andre with lightning. I think it'd be really funny. Come on. Come on. Keep hitting him. Come on. Oh, come on. Swing. Okay, well, that did not go great, but I did get my goal. I don't know why I suddenly can't dodge the Titanite Demon. That's not ideal. I'll definitely need to practice that again before Sunday. But hey, I kind of got what I wanted. I forget how many this gives. Please be 1,000. Hell yeah. I don't actually have any Demon Titanite. I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind. Say, I am a certain amount of years old, and I am already losing my mind. Yes, here's something that I'm just going to be mentioning a few times as we're going into the new year. So from January to April of 2026, I mean, I don't really have a set schedule right now for videos and streams anyway. I just kind of release stuff as I am able. Stuff might slow down a little bit, especially as it gets closer to April. And that's just because I accidentally signed up to take the final exam for my master's degree. And that is the second week of April. So I will have to be preparing for that for the first couple months of the year. And yes, I did say that I accidentally signed up for it. Ooh, I'm so glad that staggered. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely will need some good luck, because it's, unfortunately, I don't have to write a thesis. I would honestly prefer that. I get a list of questions from all the classes I've taken. Sorry, just the way he was just slumped over into a bucket. Wait, I get a list of, all the classes, or questions from all the classes I've taken, and I just have to, my practice is just writing essays for each of those, and then I get a list of 10 of those possible questions that I then have to study. And then for the actual exam, I get, I don't know, 3 of them, 5 of them, something like that. And I just have to write a certain number of words or pages to answer these super long essay questions. And I'm not worried about the memorization part because I have a very, very good memory. What I'm worried about is the fact that some of my classes definitely did not cover the question material, like, at all. So I have to basically just completely make it up. Yeah, I I would prefer I would just prefer having to do a thesis. Like, I like doing the writing part of stuff. I find it really easy. My thesis for my bachelor's, I did a double thesis for 2 bachelors, and I wrote most of it in one night over the course of like 4 hours. So that was like, I don't know, that was like 16, 17 pages that I wrote in one night out of the 20 that it ended up being. Like, I would rather do that. It would be so much easier for me. But alas. Gargoyle Tail Axe. This is not exactly ideal. I don't know if I'm gonna get the tail axe. Yeah, that's fine. Come on. I just want the tail axe. I've gotten it so many times on accident, and now the one time I actually won it. Come on. I know I could have just exited out of the fight to go for it, but like, I really thought one hit would do it. But I guess, well, one hit would do it. I guess if you kill it with the one hit, it won't drop the tail axe, which is good to know. For actual bingo. Did an all-nighter in college. 15 pages in a night, fueled by toast, tea, coffee, nutty bar. Got an 8. Nice. Yeah, see, that's the type of student I was. And 17 pages in 4 hours. Yeah. So it was great. So when I was doing some classes for my master's, I was married at this point. Now my wife. My wife is a lovely, or was a lovely, diligent student. She went for good grades. She did her homework ahead of time. Good student stuff. I went for good grades. I did not care. Blood bite. Yeah, worth it. Say, I, on the other hand, did not care all too much about stuff like that, about classes. And excuse me, I wanted to purchase those. To the point where, like, by the time I was finishing up my college career, because understand, I went from, like, I never had a break in school. I went from my bachelor's straight into my master's. And when you factor in, preschool, because I went to preschool, kindergarten, all the way to 2.5 years of a master's program, that put me at, what would it be? I can warp back to Firelink for that. Just thinking out loud. That puts me being in school for what? Quick math, like 17 years? What, preschool is like, what, 3, 4? So, like, by that point in time, I was over it. So I just didn't even pay attention to when my finals were. I would just kind of check every now and then when final season started. Never missed a final. Um, but we're married, and she is was so stressed out by how I would do schoolwork because she'd be like, "Hey, there was literally two separate occasions, same semester, where she was like, "Hey, when's your final for this class?" I'm like, "I don't know, let me look." And the first one, I'm like, "Oh, it's tomorrow." And then the other one was like, "Hey, when's your final paper?" Like the final exam was a 15-page paper. It's like, "Hey, when's your final paper for this?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I'll check." Like, "Oh, it's tonight. It's due at midnight." I haven't started it. So I'm just sitting in our bed, and I spend 3 hours to write this 15-page final paper for this class. Covetous Gold is not on that list. No. So I'm just sitting there because I'm like, I'm not that stressed about it. I got caught in the stupid archway there. Man, I'm glad I'm getting my bad plays out now instead of Sunday. Yeah, so the class honestly was terrible. Like the entire class was discussion boards every week, and then you make a PowerPoint over the stuff that you were supposed to watch in the videos and read in the books. And I say supposed to because I didn't watch a single lecture or read a single book because I was over school at that point. And no, me saying it was a horrible class does not have to do with the fact that I did not really put a lot into it. It was just like the content was not very it was basically a class that was like, watch this lecture, read this, and then the homework assignment, like the PowerPoint, was basically just how well can you reiterate the main points of this. Which, like, that's not how you learn something. You don't just make someone deliver a PowerPoint on lecture topics. That doesn't actually assess learning. That just assesses my ability to recognize main points and then state them back to you. So, yeah, didn't like that class. Didn't care about it. Got an A on the paper. Yeah, bless my wife for Checkman finals where, yeah, I probably wouldn't have, that would have put me in some trouble. Is it gonna come this way? See, I'm nervous to run up there. But it seems like it's pointing the wrong way. Nice. But yeah. Forget how exactly I got on that topic, but yeah, that's how I was as a student. So, but I do have to actually put some practice or some study time into these exams, because I do kind of want to get my master's degree. I would very much like to get it. Can't fault me for being uninterested. You can understand logic. Thank you. Yeah, it's just, if the class isn't going to make me actually learn something, I'm not going to put effort into what I'm supposed to be doing for it, Like, there are plenty of classes I did put good effort into because they actually they actually helped me learn stuff and required effort to learn. Hello. Instead of just being like, hey, memorize this, and then just recite it back to me really well. Okay, Mr. Stickman, can you, not be doing whatever you're doing right now? But, yeah. And see, once I get my master's, I can start doing, being an adjunct professor in one of the local colleges near me. Because just imagine, I could be a college professor. Oh man, I don't know who would ever make that mistake, but I would have the degree, and I could be Professor Delios. God help my students. I would like to officially state, though, I was at one point, or two different points in my life, an educator. So I do have teaching experience. So I would not just be becoming a professor just for kicks. That is a goal of mine. Like I said, I do have, it was middle school teaching experience, so very different beast, but so, you love training and teaching? Yeah, it's tough. Like, it's tough, but it's awesome. Um, and just like, I stopped being a middle school teacher because it was just really hard, and it just like was not a good fit for me. Um, but I did love doing it because it's just getting to interact with the kids, like try and help them understand, help them learn, and just help them develop. And it's like, I wanted to start teaching just as a job because it's like, yeah, because I want to try and help people who are there to actually learn. I want to try and help them learn what they're going after and try to, expand their brains. Try and make the future a little bit better than it is right now. Because if I'm teaching, regardless of how old I am or how old the students are, I am teaching, to some extent the next generation. I should probably go take care of the fire giant. Or not the fire giant, that's a completely different game. Okay, Tarkus. Yes, I made a mistake coming up here with you, but hopefully you can help me fix this. Oh, that was easy. Tarkus, move. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm not doing bingo with Babs tonight. I am not playing my A game. But I am having fun with all y'all. It is, like, I found, videos are nice. I really enjoy streaming. It's nice to just chill. Crap. Please be gentle. That was not gentle. That was not gentle. I do have to say, after, like, imagine me as a college professor. I don't know if that's a happy thought or a scary thought, but crap, I forgot to summon Solaire. Or I forgot to talk to Solaire so I can summon him for this, but I'm not running back for it. I can't believe I did that. Why did I do this to myself? Note to self. Good night's rest before Sunday. Otherwise, you will absolutely shit the bed. Pump some of his vitality there. See, but then the fun thing is, once I finish my master's, then after a substantial amount of time has passed, I'll have to consider whether or not I want a doctorate. And it's like, right now it's like, no, because I just don't want to spend that money or that time. Knife in my back, thank you. But it's like, honestly, it's just because it'd be really funny. Because my dad and my brother both have doctorates. So it'd just be all three of us. Which I think would be absolutely hilarious. Which, on the one hand, doing it for a joke would be a horrible reason to actually get a doctorate, because that'd be a lot of time and money just for a good laugh. On the other hand, why not? I think that'd be hilarious. Hello, why are you here? Goodbye. Family of doctors. Yes. See, I always like to say, especially to my wife, I'm like, I'm related to two doctors, which means I'm a doctor by proxy, which means I can absolutely have a medical opinion on something. And see, that's a silly argument for two reasons. One, obviously, being related to two doctors does not mean I have their knowledge. And two, neither of them have a doctorate in medicine. Of course, I'm not one to let something silly like, reality stand in my way of making an absurd point. So we just kind of roll with it because reality is just boring. Dentist and anthropologist? No, actually. My dad has a doctorate in business. I forget what exactly the classification is. Ouch. Not happy about this. Okay, thank you. My dad has a doctorate in business. I forget the exact specialization. Might be like business management, something. I forget. I'll be honest, I forget. And then my brother, media and data analytics, or something like that. Once again, I forget the exact title. I just know roughly what they have doctorates in. Mom has or is about to have a master's in education. And then, wow, I've never struggled this much on this jump. Gosh, that's never happened before. And then I'll be getting my master's. And then I'm also close to getting a Department of Labor, U.S. Department of Labor certification in cybersecurity. I'm certified in using a lift, OSHA, hazardous environment training, which does include radiation. Fun fact I like to throw out there. And cleaning meth houses is also part of that. Lead removal, asbestos removal. Basically, I'm certified in, an absurd amount of stuff. I can summon Solaire. Yay, I thought I had to talk to him first. Oh, that's marvelous news. Yeah. Don't know. So yeah, I'm certified to do kind of just a lot of stuff. Skilled in a bunch of things. Had a lot of jobs. Yeah. Darn it. I really thought I could. I thought I could beat that. I thought I could beat him before the other one showed up. Obviously, I was wrong. But yeah, I have bounced around a lot of jobs in a relatively short period of time. Modern attempt at a Renaissance man. Yes, I'm going to be qualified in everything. Then I will be unhireable at everything because I won't have enough years of experience in anything. Nah, it's just part of it. So like the say the masters and stuff is just continuing my education to try to do the professor tract. The cybersecurity is because I work in IT right now, and because I work for a non-for-profit. People like to offer us free training stuff through grants, and because they want to have a good relationship with us, because we're a non-for-profit. So that's how I'm getting that training, which is lovely. Which, brag for myself. The training was supposed to take a year. I started it in August, and I am like pretty much done. When I say pretty much done, I mean I have one. I have to turn in 3 assignments, and then I have one project to finish that I just can't because it's broken on their end. So, could take a year, could take me significantly less. But yeah, and then the lead, asbestos, all those like other weird safety things. That was because I just needed an in-between job at one point, and I worked at a job that was cleaning and restoration, so I was in scenarios where I needed those certs. So just kind of came with the territory of what I was doing. I absolutely hated that job, in case anyone was wondering. Didn't necessarily hate the work. It was everything to do with my boss, but that's just how it is sometimes. Sometimes you have a job you love, sometimes you have a boss who ignores when his sons leave meth needles in the bathroom. Sadly, that was that type of job. Yes. Yes, I wish I was joking about that. I sincerely wish I was joking when I said that. That is, like, literally the entire reason. Oh no, the day I knew I was quitting that job, I'd been working there for close to a year, and I was already unhappy there, and was starting to look. The day I knew I was leaving that job at the end of that month was when I had to drive one of the work trucks on an emergency call, 45 minutes away. I drive there, I drive back, I get back to the shop, and my supervisor who was with me, he's like, "Hey, what's this?" And he pulls out this pouch from the back of the truck that would have been completely visible if I'd gotten pulled over. And I'm like, no idea. That, I don't know what that is. And he's like, I think I do know what it is. And you open it. And, yeah. I'm pretty sure what was in it was tranquilizer, which I am saying based off of just how, the brother who was not in prison at the time would act when he, left to go to the bathroom to do his stuff. And it's like, It's like, yeah, I'm leaving this job because if I had gotten pulled over, that would have been completely visible. And I would have gotten so screwed. Because even though it's, like, not mine, like, I still would have, they still probably would have detained me. Because they can't just be like, oh, you say it's not yours. It's obviously not. We'll let you go. And I'm like, I'm not getting in trouble. Like, I'm not getting detained because of this moron. And yeah. So if you're ever at a job where you're like, I might get in trouble in big trouble because of someone else, or leaving around used needles and stuff is just unsafe. If you're like, yeah, if you're ever gonna be unsafe or potentially get in big trouble because of someone else, like, yes, leaving a job is scary. Leave the job. Like, find something else. Even if it's not something you want to do forever, finding a decent enough job is way better than anything that could happen to you at a job that does not care about your safety. Since I seem to try and accidentally give a life lesson during every stream, that's your life lesson for this stream. Tell your wife that. Yeah, say, like, leaving a job is still insists on retail. Oh, God help her. Job doesn't care about your safety. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, there could be bad jobs where the job is just unpleasant, And good morning to you. Yeah, there are jobs where the job can just be unpleasant and it's a bad job. And then there are jobs where it's like, ooh, this job may get me, like, killed in a completely unavoidable way. And that isn't just not okay. Okay, now that I can warp. Yeah, that's why I absolutely love my current job as the IT guy. A little overwhelming since I'm the only IT guy, but it's absolutely fantastic. Because I work at a non-for-profit that services at-risk children, so, they treat their employees pretty damn well, too. And also, don't tick off the IT guy, because if your computer breaks and you put me in a bad mood, there's every chance I might be that much slower. That's a joke, by the way. I do my job pretty quick. Pretty diligent. Because I just like working with computers and software and doing my thing like that. So I do not let frustrations against coworkers impact my work, because that's just not professional. Who's red? Me. I am doing solo bingo practice. Depending on how fast I finish this game, I might do another with my bingo bot. But yeah. Paid $1 an hour for backbreaking work in Pakistan. Oh, goodness. That doesn't sound fun. I have no idea if that is standard or not, because I have never been to Pakistan, and I just don't keep up with labor in other parts of the world. But that still does not sound fun. Yeah. Don't make the IT person mad. Yeah. It's just, like, overlooking the IT guy? Sure, because if I'm doing my job right, you should not have to remember that I exist, so long as I am doing my job correctly. Because, it's just... There we go. Murder Shiva. Say, if I'm doing my job correctly, you don't have to remember that I exist. Because everything is working perfectly. It's when you remember that I exist that means something is very wrong. More people don't know you're there, the better you are at. Yeah, like, that's just sometimes how. Excuse me. That's just sometimes how the jobs work. Like, Some jobs, they pay you to make sure that you are seen. Like, if you work retail or something, yeah, they probably want you to be seen, especially if you're like a cashier or something. Oh, I could have invaded Lotric. Oh well, I know what I'm going for bingo here. My routing was definitely suboptimal, and my playing has been suboptimal. I'm not gonna say I'm not regretting anything here. This is fun. These are just my notes for myself, my mental notes for myself, since I am practicing for my round against Babsa. Hey, Challenger Andy. Hello, hello. Starts taking notes. Andy's gonna steal my notes. Yeah, well, so I have a feeling we're probably not gonna play each other in Dark Souls 1, so I don't think these notes are gonna be too useful for you. But yeah, say some jobs, some jobs they pay you to be seen. Some jobs, like being the IT guy, they pay you in case something goes catastrophically wrong. Yeah, I think official games are fair games, or fair game for notes at that point. It's like, what are they gonna? You can't really ban us from watching our friends play the game. I know for a fact that Babs watched my stream and I think Trev's stream when we played each other, or she at least caught the replays, and I'm playing her Sunday. So you get paid to do something you hate talking straight. Ooh, yeah, that's no talking to strangers. Oh, calling I feel like is worse. Do they at least expect the calls? Because like if they're not expecting the calls, I feel like that in my opinion is like the pinnacle of terrible jobs, having to call strangers when they don't expect you to call them. Because yeah, no. Ooh, I am so sorry. I am like genuinely so sorry you have to do cold calls. Let's see, I want that. You're extremely good at customer service. We did not like talking. Yeah, isn't that kind of weird though? It's like you can absolutely hate something like that, but somehow still be really good at it. And yeah. Have a good night, Andy. Hope you get some good sleep and good luck for everything you have coming on in the future. I know you got a few things. For example, you'll have bingo against me in the future. Okay, trying to remember the quick route down here. Because I do not come down here if I can avoid it. Because why would I? Grumps, I have no idea. Is not a setting I'm seeing on my end. I'm going to check in with doing some Googling and then checking with the rest of the bonfire. But yeah, I do not actually have an explanation for why. How long has this ladder been here? I've genuinely never seen this. Yeah, I don't know why you can't rewind it. I can't either. I don't see a setting on my end. I don't know. Like, I did not change any settings between this stream and the bingo one, bingo against Trev. Like, it's just all of a sudden. Like Cthulhu said, we are just blaming YouTube for breaking stuff. I don't know if that's accurate, but if it's their fault, it means it's not my fault, so I'm okay with that. Oh crap. Yep. I just need to get Great Magic Barrier. Come on. I know where I'm going. Well, at least I remembered to rest at the bonfire before that. Microsoft. Mate, I work IT in a Windows environment. Yes, Microsoft. Microsoft only dominates the computer. Oh, that's going to kill me. Only dominates the computer sphere because they gave great discounts for laptops to have their crap pre-installed. Well, at least here I'm going to learn how to get down here quickly and efficiently, because I have never had to. Speaking of pain, it was fun the other day when Cloudflare went down, which, for those of you who don't know, Cloudflare does a whole lot of basically network security for a lot of websites. Which basically just means like they let you access websites so long as everything is A-okay. And they had severe issues the other day. Which meant a lot of the internet just was suddenly inaccessible. Which was really fun. And by fun, I mean that was a terrible, terrible day. I think that was, Monday, Tuesday? So if all of a sudden, on whatever day it was, you just could not access a website, that's why. Let's say ruined your whole day. Yeah, fortunately, only like half of the websites that we rely on for work were authenticated by Cloudflare, so we could still half operate. My job that day was primarily just keeping an eye on the situation and updating people when it was fixed. Which, I mean, I'm not complaining. That was a really, really easy day of work for me, but also it was a terrible day because, Cloudflare broke the internet. Okay, we're so close. I just need to make it. See, Cthulhu, like, as soon as I figured out what was happening, because I tried to connect to one website, saw that Cloudflare authentication was saying it was blocked, I'm like, oh crap. Like, that does not just get blocked, it's crashed. I find it, and I immediately send a staff-wide email, because I'm like, I am not getting a call every 3 minutes asking if the internet is broken. I basically, in a very polite manner, just said, hey, internet's broken. It's not my fault. I cannot fix it. I'll tell you when it's back. Do not bother me. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate people thinking that I have some, like, magical power to just fix or control the state of the internet. But also, when you have an obscene amount of people messaging you about the same thing, it's like, okay, we're done. I need people to just not ask. The AWS, yeah, that was bad too. That one was because, you know, that's kind of what the other half of our websites ran on. Oop, favorite animation. My favorite animation in the game. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. It truly is beautiful. See, I'm just glad I did not work in IT when the CrowdStrike thing happened. Was that a year ago? Year and a half at this point? I'm so glad I did not work in IT. Now look at the Hydra. Sorry. It's gone now. But yeah, I'm so glad I did not work in IT when CrowdStrike just broke every Windows machine on the planet. Because I have a buddy who works in IT and cyber. And he was working it when that happened. And that was... hearing from him, that sounded like a day that you would have earned a raise. And there's bingo. Yippee. Hello, run's going good. I just got a bingo. What time is it? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do... What does everyone think about I do another game of bingo? But... for this one... Let's see. We're not gonna die. If I do another game of bingo... But for this one, I do... activate my bingo bot. Which, if you don't know, bingo bot is something I made that... sorry, I had to move so I could actually see the board to create. Bingo bot just simulates somewhat playing against someone. There we go. By just doing random bingo inputs at a set amount of time. So I'm gonna play again. Well, technically, I will say technically, BingoBot's official name is Bingo Bongo, because why not? But yes, Grumps, one of the squares on the board was kill Oscar while shouting, "Hey, it's Lemon." Just one of our fun little ones. Sorry, I have to get it set up. So BingoBot, it runs on a separate computer because it will 100% steal my cursor because it just simulates mouse clicks. And if I do that in game, it doesn't work well. It also will just select whatever color is currently set, which, hold on a second, that's incorrect. Which means if I'm playing against my lovely little bingo bot here, it won't run correctly. It won't be able to block me correctly unless I do this. Okay, there we go. So, yeah. So we are going to do a new game. Nah, screw it, Bingy. Okay. So, let's see, what else do I need for BingoBot real quick here. I need that open. I need... Okay. What are we feeling is a good... So I put in the minimum time and the maximum time before it can enter a square. What are we thinking is a good minimum time before Bingo Bot here will start marking off squares. And the way it works, the way it works is you set the minimum time, you set the maximum time, and then every time it chooses an objective, it'll choose a random duration between those time constraints before it hits that objective. And if at any point it detects one of the squares changes to red, it removes that square from scope, and if that's the square it's chosen to target, it'll choose a new square. And I think it'll reset the timer. I forget exactly the code that I put into that. 5 to 15, 10 to 20. Yeah, so playing around with it, I've honestly found like between, I think like 7 to 20 is kind of a good duration. So we're going to commit to between 7 minutes and 20 minutes. It will do its thing. So let's see. Just need that. Okay. So once I reveal the board here real quick. Move this because I don't need that there anymore. That's using Bingo Bot. Okay. That just takes a little bit of setup to get it going. Ashlick Hydra. I don't like seeing that square. I do not like seeing that one. I get to kill Oscar while shouting, "Hey, it's Lemon," again. That was Ring Griggs. Okay. Wave gesture from a mushroom child, yes. Okay. Honestly, I'm not sure which one of these looks the best. Gonna be honest. None of these are great. Well, we're just gonna roll with it. Master key, and as soon as I hit accept, I'm gonna activate Bingo Bot. So in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, Bingo Bot is live. I am red. Bingo Bot is blue. So I have between 7 and 20 minutes before a square is checked off. Good gravy, what do I want to start with? I suppose 6 Titanite Demons is possible, so Column 2, Sniper Crossbow, Griggs and Firelink, Tiny Being Ring, Armored Boar in the Parish, and 6 Titanite Demons. I suppose that's possible. Not amazing, but possible. Though we'll just have to see, since at any time, any square will vanish. It doesn't say. My boy here, the bingo bastard that I've created, nope, does not care about logic. Oh, I do have to commit if I want the Tiny Being's ring from Siegmeyer. I mean, I suppose I could kill him after getting it. And hey, it is Lemon. I missed. Hey, it's Lemon. I can't. I'm so upset at myself for missing it again. Okay, take care of that. Firekeeper's Soul in New Londo. I can rush that at least. Shouting. It is 11:30 at night. My wife and child are asleep. It'll be a cold day in hell before I shout and risk waking them up. Kill the 4 kings this early. Entirely possible, since, logical progression does not matter. Oopsie. I'm taking the square. No one can stop me. Plus, BingoBot has already excluded it from scope because it has been marked red. So if I take it away, no one will get it. And yes, I could come back to the asylum, but I'm not going to worry about that. Am I insane? Did I see Dark Side 20 Soft Humanity? There it is. Okay. So save those up. Gonna want to save those up. Gosh, I keep doing that. Okay, so I could get 6 Titanite Demons, because Catacombs and not in Orlando, the Parish. Where else? And then 4 in Sens, that's what I'm thinking. So long as my bingo boy. How's T Junior? Yeah, so little T is still under the weather, unfortunately. He's okay, it's nothing serious. He had a cold that moved to an ear infection. He's almost done with a round of antibiotics. And it's helping, but he's cranky, he's not sleeping great. He had 3 or 4 teeth come in during all of this too. So that's just even harder for him. He's doing okay. We're not concerned about him. He's just having a bit of a rough time because, he doesn't quite understand what's going on. And let me tell you, having to give him antibiotic, he's still young enough that I have to give him it in a syringe. I have to give him a liquid form in a syringe. My voice is quiet. My voice quiet for anyone else? Do I need to fix that? Say if I do, I will fix it. I just want to know how's my audio coming in. I had to. You son of a bitch. Sorry. I'll just take the opportunity real quick. Or as Lemon would put it, damn it, Tony. Okay, I just upped my audio a little bit. Is that any better? I just increased it by 3 decibels. I'm trying to do small increments. Let's say I am being kind of quiet. I'm just quiet. Now turning up my gain won't do anything but let you hear more of my background noise. That won't help. I can't. That stupid skeleton, that lucky shot. It's the dumbest thing I've ever have happened to me in this game. Are you kidding me? Anyway, yeah, I was saying, little T. Okay, I'm sounding good. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little on the quiet end just because I am a quiet person, But also, yes, it is late. I do not want to wake up my wife and child, especially little T. But yeah, he's doing okay. He's just working on getting through being sick. Oh, that's what it was. Say, yeah, I can't give him pills because he's still small enough that, like, I can't safely just give him a pill and have him understand, like, hey, you have to swallow this. Just because, you kind of need him to be a certain age before you can do that. Thanks, Grumps. But, so I have to give him liquid medicine in a syringe. Now, if you have never had to try and convince a cranky toddler to stick something that tastes unpleasant into their mouth, let me tell you, it is... I think I would have better success wrestling a rabid raccoon. 2 divine blessings. Okay, that's fine by me. Bingo Bot is on the board. But yeah, like, I feel bad because I've literally had to pin him down at different points to be able to give him his medicine. And he's obviously very upset by that. But it's like, buddy, I promise you, this is helping you feel better. Oh, goodness. Yeah. And in case you've never tried to do that, like, there really isn't a good method to convince them to take it. Because, like, he recognizes the syringe, he recognizes the medicine, he knows it tastes disgusting, he does not want it in his mouth, so it does not go in his mouth. So it's fun. But, I gotta do it. Because he needs it. Alright, take me back. Because I want to kill this Titanite demon. Because also... Hello! Why? Oh, you have so much health. What the heck? Like, I know you're in the catacombs, but why do you have this much health? Okay. I'll come back to him. I will come back to that. I could also kill the Titanite demon in Anor Londo. At that point, I'll have some upgrades. Doing that. What am I switching to? Say giving your grumpy sick cat medicine. Yeah, I imagine it's probably pretty comparable. I'm going to get the Fire Keeper Soul in New Londo. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, it's just... This Titanite demon will win in Orlando? I don't know. See, if you caught my game against Trev, I had trouble with that one because I was using... I have to admit, the Great Club was... Or the Reinforced Club was not the right weapon for that. So I have a personal vendetta against that one. I don't know if that necessarily means it's worse. It just means I hate it. Very tight rooms. Yes. The rooms that they stuck them in are terrible. And I think they only did that because they must clearly hate the players with a burning passion to do that to us. So long, suckers. Okay. Now we're going to... Okay, grab that. I'm assessing what I need to do. Gosh, See, now I'm immediately just not able to figure out what to do because the pressure is on because I'm competing against something else. Yeah, their hitboxes are a little questionable. Crap, I did not send it up. Armored Boar and Perish would be a good one. Boar controlling for the meme. Yeah, that would be kind of funny. We'll see. I'm going to go down kill Quelaag real quick, just so that way it's done, and I can get the ACAD infection from doing that. Let's see. My gameplay immediately gets more quiet because I am having to lock in, as the kids would say. I shouldn't say stuff like that. That's why people think I'm old. Ooh, that was a little close. Let's see here. I have to remember to speak at a normal volume because when I focus like this, I start talking to myself and I get quieter and quieter, which probably does not make for great viewing. Come on. I just have this feeling of anxiety, just wondering, when is BingoBot going to strike? What is it going to take? The first time I ever practiced with it, it sniped like 2 or 3 objectives from me, and I was so annoyed. That's how it earned its name of Bingo Bastard, in case you were wondering. See, on the one hand, I know I need, if I get 20 soft humanity, I can do the dark sign one. On the other hand, you know, I can use this and get what's her face, bag-headed lady with the giant knife, Mildred. I swear. How did I program my bot? No, yeah. So it cannot mark an already taken square. It takes a screenshot of the designated game area. So like what it does is it puts up a box that I can move, and I move it around the bingo board. Inside those boxes, or inside that box, are 25 smaller boxes that go over each square. And then every like half second or so, it scans, and it sends a screenshot to the program. I forget what the Python library that I used for that is called. It might be Pywin. To be honest, I kind of forget what all of them do. But it scans that every half second or so, detecting for the specific color of red that I am right now. The red that is on Bingo Sync. If it detects it, it immediately removes that square from the possible scope of selections it can choose. And if it is the square that it's already targeting, that's planning on clicking when the timer runs out, it chooses a new objective. I can't remember if it resets the timer when it chooses a new objective or not. Like, I cannot remember how I wrote it. But yeah, it cannot try and choose a square that I have already selected. Get infected. Yeah, you're right. I will do that after this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, and I'm still poisoned. Yeah, I should heal. How long did programming Bingo Bot take? Way too long. Way too long for the amount of effort for this. Like, because I had to learn how to use a lot of different Python tools, like Python libraries, that I had not done. Can it try to take one square twice? No. No. So BingoBot is specifically programmed. Actually, ring the bell, then get the infection. BingoBot is specifically programmed so that it cannot go for the same square twice. So I have a list of each of the subsquares, basically, 1 through 25. If it detects that one of those squares is red, like let's say square 1 is detected as red, it removes square 1 from the list and puts it into a second list, which is basically just kind of the trash list, the list of squares that it can't touch. And then it removes it from the list of squares that it can choose. Once it chooses a square, like, you know, the 2 divine blessings, that square, whatever number it is now removed from its scope. It's taken from the active list, put into the trash list, and now it can no longer, come on, grab me. That was not a grab. Yeah, it can no longer get any of those squares. So the 3 that are active right now, stop that! Oh my gosh, I forgot that the stupid elevation changes here make this rougher. I would have had better luck if I had gone. Finally. You're impressed? Thank you. Yeah, I was like, you know what? It'd just be fun. I shared it with the rest of the bonfire. I don't know if anyone's used it, which is fine. I mean, no one has to use BingoBot. But yeah, it's just it's just a fun little project I'm very proud of. Took way too freaking long. But yeah, it obviously works. And it does the best I can at simulating a real player without taking an absurd amount of time to learn machine learning and data analytics and text detection and scanning to basically make a full AI that can read the board and figure out what would logically make sense for it to choose first and second and so on, because I'm not putting that much effort into my silly little meme bot here. So you'd love to try it. Yeah, so I haven't decided if I'm going to put it on my GitHub or not yet. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Because, see, the reason I might not is simply because I have it on my personal GitHub, the one that's, like, attached to my resume, and stuff. And I want to keep it there. Just because, you know, if I ever go to a different job and do stuff with programming, I need to be able to give them proof I know what I'm doing. So I want to keep it there. But that means I would either have to give out my personal GitHub for people to try, which I do not want to do, or I have to put something that can very clearly be linked to my personal GitHub on my YouTube one here, which I also don't want to do, because that means you'd be able to find my personal, and if you haven't gathered yet, I very much value my privacy, so, you know. I don't know. Basically, on making BingoBot public, I'd have to think about it and kind of figure out if there's a way I could do that while maintaining my anonymity. Did I say the word? I think that's how you say the word. That's how I'm saying the word. Kill Guinevere. What? Hey, Zvi. Kill Guinevere, bingo bastard. I wanted that square. Okay. Okay, we have to switch. We have to... Oh, good. Head scratching. That means I'm going to get the egghead infection. I don't officially have it yet. I don't think. I need to check with JK and see if that's in the rules. And Cosmic Zvi sending 10 memberships. Thank you. And everyone say thank you to Cosmic Zvi if you're here and get a membership. Okay. I can't believe. Like, I'm so proud of my BingoBot for stealing. I mean, I can't quite say sniping, but like taking the square I wanted. I'm so proud of it for taking that square. On the other hand, I am filled with unyielding rage at it for taking that square. Oh yeah, you did get lone pair. Nice. Doesn't he usually manage to eye roll directly through membership gifting? Get those immunity frames and dodge all of them? Obtain remedy. I missed remedy. Ah, shit. I missed remedy. That just clicked. I can't believe I did that. Okay, I am gonna kill that because I want souls, because I can't run. Yep, there it is. I thought souls helped get the egghead infection. Or maybe they don't. I know my souls are halved while I have the egghead infection. Or at least once it hatches. No, they're halved now, and then it will hatch. I don't need to kill Andre, so I don't need to keep you alive. Good night, Cthulhu. Sleep good. Sleep well. There we go. Get some Demon Titanite. I have killed 1 Titanite demon out of 6. I gotta keep track of that. And that also means I can buy this, which will be perfect for what I need. I can't believe I missed. I cannot believe I missed remedy. I'm so annoyed at myself for just walking right past that. Like, I literally went past where I would get it. Whatever. This can happen in the real bingo game too, so just adjust. Just shake it off. Let's see, we'll get... Wow, my aim is not great today. There we go. Where is it? Where's what? Remedy? That's up along the way of the water wheels out of Blight Town. You follow a path in that general area. When you go up, like, the second ladder going up, where the crag spider is, you go past it, go behind a wall, walk across a tree branch, and then you can reach it. And roll. There's the jumping attack. I knew we were... No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. 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 Yeah. Yeah. So you remember now. Yeah, it's right there. The one downside of it is that you do have the distinct possibility of getting hit by the toxic dart guy, but it's just kind of something you roll with. Heal up just in case, because if I was going to die, this would be the place where I would do it. Solaire, what are you doing, you moron? I have never been so disappointed in Solaire in my life. What is he doing? I have summoned Lotric. Oh, I do have summoned Lotric, don't I? Oh, crap. I thought that was Invade Lotric. Okay. We did discuss that quitting out is available as an option, but I would have to get Solaire out of there before he kills that gargoyle. So, you're right. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot that Summon Lotric was one of it. I read that as Invade Lotric. Which, silly me. Okay, so row 3. Get the Tiny Beings ring from Siegmeyer, wave to a Mushroom Child, and obtain the large Divine Ember. Those look like my best bets, so that's... I don't know. Because on the one hand, I'd have to kill Andre to... Can I still summon him to being Quelaag? We'll find out. Honestly. That's a good question. Don't know. Let's find out. I don't think he escapes yet until you ring the gargoyle bell, but we'll find out. Alright, come and get me, lads. Gosh, speedrun while using immolation and practicing bingo. Oh, goodness, no. No. Immolation is on my list of runs to eventually get to. How did that hit nothing? But it is not something I'm doing tonight, because people voted for something else. Okay, turn the corner. Okay, that should be all of them. Gosh, it's got to be getting close to... Woo! Never seen democracy in real life. Well, first time for everything, I suppose. We've got to be getting close to Bingo Bot choosing another one. I feel like it's been too long. Could be really disappointed. There he is. Hey, buddy. So now I have to go down to Firelink to talk to you before I can summon you, if I am not mistaken. Which means I also get to activate Yeah. I get to activate the elevator. Hello! I forgot you were there. I rolled down, I just hear them move. Say people are choosing next genre for your streams. What are your genre options? Alright. Which also, I need humanity. You have humanity. So give me. That puts me at 5 and 15. 15, we're getting close. Once Lotric kills the Firekeeper here, I can use another Firekeeper soul. On the one hand, it might be faster to Homeward Bone, but on the other hand, that does mean I would have to kill everything again, so I think this actually works out. Or kill or dodge. And yes, I am planning on letting Lotric kill the Firekeeper down in Firelink, because honestly, I don't have anything that says I need to get a +3 Estus. Sniper crossbow. Darn, I wanted that one too. Stupid bingo bot. I'm so proud of you. Okay. Whoa. Did I rest at a bonfire? Or where? Am I crazy? Did I rest at a bonfire? Yeah. Which one? I genuinely do not remember resting at a bonfire. What happened? They respawn due to distance. Ah. Cool, more you know. I guess that makes sense. Yep, that threw me off, thank you. Okay, come on up. And summon Lotric is a go. Oh, that was incredibly satisfying. That is definitely the highlight of the stream right there. That is the highlight of my stream. Okay, one down. Hello. And goodbye. I love a clean gargoyle kill. So, a red sparrow that. So I never really considered that. That does make sense. Because even just game development wise, they wouldn't want to keep every area in the game loaded. And since, resting at a bonfire does count as reloading the area, it makes sense that exiting so it deloads and then re-entering so it reloads also, counts. I just never really thought about it, But, that's just a logical system for them to have. Okay, so now I can access sends. I absolutely took a gamble on that actually working. Why did I not get my souls? I'm not crazy, right? Oh, right. No, half souls because I have a parasite. I get half the souls because I have a parasite. That's going to be a pain in the ass. If you could rewind, you could tell me which bonfire. Yeah, I don't know why you can't rewind. Like, I genuinely just have no idea why you can't rewind to this. Do I go for Stray Demon? You know what? We're gonna do it. A bleed weapon would be better because it's weak to bleed, but we're going for Stray Demon. I think, but rushing the middle row, whatever. With how random Bingo Bot is, I need to prepare myself for a best 13 battle. So, Stray Demon it is. And actually, sorry, I am preparing myself too. Because I get Firekeeper Soul right over here. And I am absolutely going to steal that one. Because if I get the Soft Humanity, there's only one other row left that could possibly get a bingo in. Right, I don't get the Firekeeper Soul. I have to kill Lotric. I know this. I just forgot. Yeah, so Bingo Bot just goes for a random free square, which is any square that it has not already grabbed or that is not red. Because making it go specifically for a bingo, like, is doable. It's definitely doable, just adding logic so it prioritizes squares that are next to each other. It's just that by the time I got Bingo Bot working, I didn't feel like it. I really did not want to mess with that anymore. I just wanted to have it done. So I got the version we have now where it chooses random squares. And I said that's good enough. I'm not touching this anymore. And it's kind of a silly enough of a thing that I'm not too worried about sorry, losing my train of thought here. It's like, Bingo Bot is enough of a silly thing that I'm not super worried about making a version 2 that does prioritize it. It's just kind of like, this is what I have now is just what I have. I'm not changing Bing. I'm not going to be changing Bingo Bot, like, ever. Just because... I just don't see a need for me to change him. Thank you for the answers. Of course, I love talking about my really stupid code. And yes, even if the code is complicated, this does count as stupid code because what does Bingo Bot do outside of this one very specific thing that I will never need it for again once the Bonfire Bingo Invitational is over. Am I a coder? Say by hobby more than by profession. I work in IT, but I really don't have to do code for that. Working on learning Python, working on learning website coding, I know a little bit enough for doing cybersecurity stuff, not ethical hacking, an extension of ethical hacking called pen testing, where you're just trying to prove that a vulnerability is there, even if you don't necessarily have to exploit it. Working on learning, like in the middle of learning data analytics and machine learning, which is very Python heavy. Oh, come on. Will you stop it? Stop doing that. Basically, working on learning a lot of skills. Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine to make things for the sake of making them. I'm just not going to pretend like BingoBot isn't kind of stupid code in the sense that it's like, it serves one very silly purpose. Hack your ex's Instagram. I'm not going to do that, because for one thing, if they're your ex, just move on. Regardless of how it ended, just because if they're your ex, for peace of mind, just move on. And also because trying to hack Instagram without their permission would not be ethical hacking, and I am not going to get into legal trouble for that. Because ethical hacking means you have permission to do it, and I would not. But also just for your own peace of mind, just your ex is just going to do their ex things, and you do your own thing, and just be happy without them, regardless of how the breakup happened. Come on. Come on. Stray demon down. Snag that. Oop. Not my search history. You'll see me looking up bingo related stuff. Okay. I just need one more humanity. Excuse me, sir. I just need to not talk to you and get out of here. Audience bingo could be fun. That could be interesting. Not opposed to the idea. At some point. Yeah, I'm not inherently opposed to the idea. Okay. I know I can buy humanity from Zombie Lady in the sewers, but that involves going down to the sewers, and I really, really do not want to do that if I can avoid it. Isn't there... I think I can get... Bold words from me. I think I can actually make it through Sens in one piece. Actually, I'm not going to put my dark sign in my hotbar because then I will accidentally use it. I know I need to kill 6 Titanite demons. I want to get through Sens in one piece, because then I can kill the Iron Golem, get access to Anor Londo, get the humanity from that, and then I can unlock warping and come back for the Titanite demons. Basically, we've discovered in the bonfire that Dark Souls 1 bingo really, really comes down to who can get to the warp the ability to warp fastest. And I want to get that ability, so we're going for it. I do not need the gold serpent ring. No. Okay. Whew. Okay. There we go. I thought it didn't trigger for a second there. All of my focus is going into not dying here. Could try to farm soft humanity out of a random mob. I could, but that takes time. You know what? Let's grab the bonfire, because if I don't, you know I will die. Yeah, or lucky enough to get bingo in the first half of the game. Yeah, the problem is if there's stuff that you can get bingo in the first half of the game, like, you know, both people are going to be snagging that as quickly as possible. Is kind of where the trouble lies. See, I don't really need anything here. So. Watch, this game comes down to killing the Ash Lake Hydra. That'd be miserable. Trying to see, are there really any of these that you could obtain in the first half? Maybe. I can't really afford to look right now, or I'll fall to my death. You know, it'd be really useful if I could get the sniper crossbow right now, but no. My dumb bingo bot. Okay, I appear to be stuck. I don't know. How am I stuck? That's never happened before. I didn't know that could even happen. Cool. Learned something new today. Okay, get Tarkus over here. He hugged me. Yeah, he's so friendly and nice. Everyone take a water break if you haven't gotten water in a while. Stay healthy, stay hydrated. I do have to talk to Siegmeyer before he'll go to Anne Orlando, won't he? Oh, shit. I'm so glad I grabbed that bonfire. I'm so glad I grabbed the bonfire. Means I don't have Tarkus, which sucks. Because I don't have humanity, because I used it all. Because I thought I'd have enough. I did not play that smart. Whatever. We'll live. Killing what's-his-face will take a little bit longer. But I can still do it. I could kill the Four Kings. Oh, and of course the fire bombs are back. Okay, so he has killed the Four Kings. Okay. And see, the worst part of this is, the more squares that exit the scope, the more likely it is that it'll get a bingo. you know, that Iron Golem death, that was just like, that was nothing but greed. Like, quite literally, if I just hadn't gotten greedy and used all my stamina, I would have been fine, but... that was literally just my own greed. Oh well, that's what happens. That's what happens. Let's do this. See, I was hoping I could stagger him. Oh! My greed will kill me. And I really don't want that to happen again. Please just stagger. Okay, okay, come on. Please? Yes! That is what I want to see. Okay, so we have the 20. So now I just need to get that bonfire. And get the soft side. Get the... Yes, Bingo Bot is entirely binary. Okay. Oh, I should... actually, I am not going to waste these levels. Boom. Okay. Now let's go remove that since I don't need that anymore. Let's go get the ability to warp. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. I don't know if... I'm not doing it yet because I don't remember if Siegmeyer will actually show up if I kill Gorgenstein and Greg before moving him. And I don't want to risk losing out on Tiny Being and killing him. Because I need to get both of those, because then I can completely lock Bingo Bot out from every possible bingo, and then it's just, you know, most squares wins. Here, so I'll just give a full rundown of Bingo Bot again, since I know some new people have joined, people are curious. So Bingo Bot is a program that I created. It runs on... it's running on my laptop. It has to run on a different computer because it needs a different bingo color than the one that I'm using, which is red. So what happens with Bingo Bot is I start it up. It creates a movable square outline. This is the wrong way. This square, I position it over the bingo board on my second computer, which is, again, my laptop. And after it is there, it checks. Say it puts up. So let me restart. I'm doing too many things. So the square goes over the computer, or the over the board, and is checking where the confines of the board are, which are inside that square. So then what it does after that, it creates 25 smaller squares that cover each one of the bingo squares. Every half second or so, it just gets a screenshot of each of those tinier squares, checking for the specific shade of red that you get in BingoSync. So it is checking for that shade of red with like a tolerance of, I don't know, I think like 10 or something. So that way, if it's not the exact shade, but it's like 10 shades closer, or within 10 shades of what it's expecting, it'll be like, okay, they have this square. Now the functionality past that is that I set a upper and lower time limit. That was close. So that time limit starts. It makes a selection of one of the 25 squares. And then, okay, so I need to move that again. Or I need to talk to him and then move it. So it makes a selection of the 25 squares of one of them. Checks it every half second to make sure it's not red. If it is red, it removes that from its possible scope and chooses a new target. If it is not red and the timer runs out, it will select that one. Okay. It chooses random squares. It is not a full AI agent. It is not analyzing the board for what it is most likely to be able to get. It is just random selection. Hopefully that made sense. I was doing a lot of other things while trying to explain it. I know I definitely could have explained it better, but short version, it chooses a random square, and after the time elapses, if it is not red, it selects that square, regardless of if it makes sense or not. Like, the first thing it selected was obtain 2 divine blessings that are not the starting gift, which does not make sense. Then it got Kill Guinevere, and then the Sniper Crossbow, and now and then the 4 Kings. None of which might make sense, but it's what it got. I think that's the way I need to put it. And then do I go talk to what's-his-face? I genuinely cannot remember. Yeah, so I was not going to code a full machine learning algorithm. Okay, whatever. We're going back. Yeah, I was not going to code a full algorithm just for this. That's a little excessive even for me. I really hope that made sense. I know that was very disjointed. And this model right now, this version of it is currently running between every 7 to 20 minutes. Yeah, 7 to 20 minutes. Somewhere in that time frame, it'll choose a square. The only thing I cannot remember is if it chooses a new square. So you just use random. Yeah, the only so the thing with that is, I'm assuming you're just saying you would have it choose a random number. The thing with that is that I would have to actually pay attention to that and have it and then select it myself. Or if you're saying you'd have it select a random one between 1 and 25 like that, I would still have to figure out a way to make it gosh, sorry, I can't focus on all of this. I'd have to find a way to make it still choose a square. Which, I mean, it is kind of doing that, Zwei. It is kind of choosing just a random number between 1 and 25 and just clicking the corresponding square for that, so long as its limits say that it's allowed to. I made a really complicated random number generator. Let's see, avoid you. I could go for the red sign soapstone, but then I'm stuck in Painted World, and I don't want to be stuck in Painted World. I want to get the Tiny Beings ring and then murder Siegmeyer, because that puts me in a pretty decent spot. Yeah, I could also roll dice. Like I said, the only thing is that that would require me to actually pay attention to time limits or what the robot is doing, and say I can barely focus on playing the game and actually. That was the coolest accidental dodge. I could barely focus on playing the game and speaking at the same time, let alone anything like that. Whew, okay. Heal up here real quick. There we go. Yeah, pretty much Zwei. Or not Zwei. Red Sparrow. Sorry. That's basically just what it does. When you ignore the, say if you're not trying to explain all the code into it, which I was trying to do because I don't know why. So thank you for making that a lot easier to understand. Actually, I don't want to do the shortcut. I do need to take the long route for this. Oh, I should probably take care of the guy following me, huh? Hey, buddy. Obtain Havel's ring. Okay. Not upset about that one because I probably wasn't going to do it. Okay. 4 hits to kill one of those. You can see I'm helping out Siegmeyer for the benefits, but also because... Where is he? Where is he? Isn't he supposed to be here? He's supposed to be in here. Where is my guy? Guys, help. I don't remember. I don't know why Siegmeyer isn't here. I do not remember how to actually get him to show up where I need him. Because I remember correct, he's supposed to be in that room. He should be there. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. He should be here. And the fact that he's not is very bad for me. We gotta do it. We gotta go back. Like, I need to get this. Well, I can't go back that way. I'm really just trying to reload the area is what I'm going back. Okay, you're down. He should be here, and the fact that he is not good for my run. I need him to show up, because I talked to him. I used all his dialogue, and then I moved the boulder. I didn't think I had to move it in a specific position. Come on, Siegmeyer. Don't do me like this. Okay. I'm taking a second to Google this because I need to figure out why he isn't there. Because also that's just good for me to know for the actual run. Because I pointed the boulders at the to eject into the nothing, right? To the void. Why? Okay. And see, and I can't just kill O and S because I know if I do that, I do miss out on this. So, dare I take the long way back? Because I have to figure out, is it worth it? It's almost... Okay, I'm either actually having a decent idea, or I'm just trying to cope with this. I almost wonder if it's just not worth doing this part of the quest line for the Tiny Being Ring, simply because... just gonna dark sign back to the bonfire. Because I'm gonna waste a lot of time running back. And getting that bingo is not impossible, but it is unlikely. It is improbable for me, simply because the more squares are off the board, the more likely it is to just choose one of those ones from me. So I'm just going to go back and murder Siegmeyer after this, and I will just count the Tiny Being's Ring as a loss because I don't have time to run around and try and figure out why it's not showing up. Fieldbuck, I don't need to invade him. So, bye Zwei. Yeah, I don't need to invade this guy. Yeah, and with the ability to warp, I can get more than if I waste a whole lot of time looking for my boy here. I love the 2-hit stagger. I could try sitting at the bonfire. See, that would have been smart. Oof. And before anyone says, hey, wear armor, it'll make this fight easier, I can't wear armor because I am either medium or heavy rolling, I forget which. And that will not make my fight easier if I can't dodge effectively. Holy crap. I just need a little bit to kill Ornstein. And here's my chance. Thank you. Oh no. I hit the roll button. I swear I hit the roll button. I told it to do the thing. I told it to roll. It didn't want to listen. Why didn't it listen to me? Actually, hold on a second. You heard, oh gosh, you can hear my controller inputs. Why didn't anyone tell me that? Okay, that should help. There, and I rested at the bonfire, so yeah, we're gonna run all the way up. We'll check on Siegmeyer. Because if he's there, that's awesome. If he's not, whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna try again just to see. Not super noticeable it's there. Well, at least you are my witnesses. I hit the roll button. Hey, JK. Is BingoBot winning? No. I am red. BingoBot is blue. It has sniped an annoying number of, things from me. Okay, yeah. So he's just not showing up. Siegmeyer's just not showing up, so we're just going to keep going. Get rid of him. I could go for the Titanite Demon here. Well, it noticed me. And more Titanite means more upgrades. If I... That was a hit. Why couldn't I found this strategy against Trev? Okay. Well, there's two Titanite Demons out of 6, so if I just go back to Sen's Fortress and get them. And if I go back to Sen's Fortress, I can just kick Siegmeyer off a cliff for not being there when I needed him to be. Because you know Siegmeyer is going to, is absolutely getting his butt kicked now. Where's there? They are. I couldn't find Ornstein behind Smo. I was afraid I completely miscalculated where he actually was. I swear, if BingoBot snipes the Titanite Demons from me when I'm almost there, I'm gonna be like, I don't know if I'll be proud or enraged. Okay, this is not good. Don't die to greed. Perfect. Now that leaves me with like no healing for stage 2. But I think my odds, well, my odds just did not, it just got worse, thanks to that. Yep, as soon as I swung. But I can upgrade my weapon again and make it go faster. And sometimes that's just what you need. Okay, I need to snap out of it. Like, I am so thrown off by the fact that, Siegmeyer isn't there. Like, I am so monumentally thrown off by that. Which does not do me any good. So I need to just snap out of that real quick. I'll kill him later. Even if that square gets taken, I'm still gonna kick him off a ledge. Because, what the heck, man. Huh. Huh. So that happened. Okay, that's better. Okay. Wish I could summon Solaire, but I do not regret using my humanity for that dark sign. Okay, now that's some good damage. That was also good damage. I need to not be greedy because I will die. Input reading prick. Come on. Separate you two. Whoop. Siegmeyer's quest can and will misbehave at that stage. Love it. See, I'm not in the habit of doing his quests, so I didn't really know that. I just kind of figured I made a mistake. At least it seems to be that it's not my fault. Which is also kind of infuriating. But whatever. Okay. Not a fan of that. That was some BS. I call BS on that, Ornstein. Never mind the fact that it's my own greed that probably got me killed. I'm calling BS on that. And it got the armored boar. I swear I better not lose to Bingo Bot. Come on. We're having a time now, aren't we? Oh, we're having a time now. I'm gonna be... Actually, no, I'm not gonna be too embarrassed if I lose to Bingo Bot, simply because, like, it's random inputs. So I genuinely have no way of predicting what it's gonna do. Now that's what I like. But yeah, that is the thing about BingoBot. I have no way to actually predict what it's going to do. It also would have made sense if I had killed the boar while I was up by Andre and the gargoyles. I regret not doing that. But regret is not going to do me any good. I'll just remember and improve my routing next time. Come on, separate like you did so nicely at the start. Hey. Oh, I'm going to be right next to him. Hey, big guy. Yep, knew that was going to hit me. Just, I saw him jump and it just like did not register what he was doing until it was like, oh, better top off because one jump will kill me. One of most of his attacks will honestly kill me. Come on. I'll take the extra attack. Are you going to do the charge, or are you going to... Okay. Okay, now I can warp. Well, I'll be able to warp shortly in here. That's what I need. And there's humanity. Just realized we're tied. I don't like that. Can ignore that for now. Okay, I'm gonna say now, if it gets to, it's 1 in the morning for me. If it gets to 1:30 without someone winning, that is when I call it, regardless of what the state of the board is, because I have to sleep. I have a job that I have to go to. Actually, I should not level up yet, because I'm going to be killing Titanite demons. I'm going to be getting weapon upgrades. Okay, this should at least help now. Being able to get the Tiny Beings ring would be amazing, because then I could go for a bingo, but it seems Siegmeyer doesn't want to show up where he needs to be. So instead, he's just going to die. And I swear, if I go here and he's just gone, I'm going to be really annoyed. Skipping the Titanite demons for now, because if I do not murder Siegmeyer, it snipes it, that is one step closer to it winning. And I definitely can't let that happen. Okay, let's go find the man. No boulders, okay. Siegmeyer, you son of a bitch. Where is he? Where is Siegmeyer? If he's not in Anor Londo, that means he went to Firelink Shrine, which means he just effectively skipped the part of his quest that I need. I could go back to Anor Londo and check, but I know he's supposed to move after I get the Lord Vessel. Okay. I can't believe Siegmeyer just isn't there. Oh, crap. I hope he's not in Izalith, because I'm not going to Izalith. Man, I'm getting tired. Yeah, 1:30 is my cutoff. I should have gone back and checked. Oh well, too late. You know, I think I'm gonna call it here. I'm getting really, really tired. And yeah, I'm getting tired. I need to go to bed. I'm not, like, this was a fun stream. I'm not having fun anymore. I'm just, like, thinking about how tired I am. So, calling it here. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Glad you could make it. Yeah, Sunday I will be playing Babza Jr. in Bingo, so that'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. UK, London time, whatever their time zone is. And yeah, hope everyone has a good day, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. I will see you again later. Thanks, and goodbye.